One. Oh, look at here on the right. Look at the succulents, those pink ones. They're called witch's fingers. The yellow, I'm not sure. It sure is pretty. And these weird orange things are actually a plant that's similar to an aloe that's flowering right now.
It's an archaeological site.
And what are those ruins from? Well, the one part is from the Second World War, the part that was obviously concrete, and then they've also discovered some older ruins here. The Romans even liked to be along the Mediterranean. Can you imagine them in their stone beach chairs laying out there?
Yeah.
Sangria was made with wine, honey, and raisins. It sounds like cough syrup, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think I'm making you stop coughing.
Almeida Park, right in downtown Marbella. Interesting tree. This is the old quarter of Marbella. A lot of it is upscale shopping, but here we are on a narrow little street. This is Oranges Square, and there's orange trees. And I do see a red balcony covering, so maybe there's going to be a procession.
That way. From the Catholic kings, it says, we would like to establish a town and a church there. And
These restaurants are open from 11:30 to midnight. That'll take care of everybody's dining choices. 6:30, and there are people out here dining or snacking. Here's the church. Here's the front of this beautiful old church. This is a Salvador Dali sculpture. And the horse is peeing constantly. The Gran Malia Don Pepe is located in the heart of the Costa del Sol at the foot of the Sierra Blanca Mountains in the south of Spain. 10 o'clock in the morning at Marbella at the Don Pepe. Here is a swimming pool. Here is another swimming pool. And here's a third swimming pool. Few fishermen out and about, and very, very calm on the Mediterranean. We are on the beach at Marbella, and down here there are tables for lunch. Nobody eating lunch quite yet. And over here, this man is going to have quite a barbecue. He's cooking down a lot of logs.
The Real Maestranza, which is the name of the bullfight today, the ring today. And the Real means real, royal, excuse me, R-O-Y-A-L, Real, royal. And the royals had to learn how to do horsemanship. Feisty, they were guaranteed to fight. And so originally the bullfights happened in the main squares of the towns. Can you imagine no ring to corral them? They're just raging and rampaging through squares? Maybe 5 feet tall. A bull is at least 5 feet tall. Imagine looking at a big 1,000-pound animal in the eye. You look at him, he looks back at you. That's scary. And that's what they started doing in Ronda. So they were the ones that developed the cape and all that we know of the bullfight today. The parade into the ring. And the seats are divided into sol and sombra, shade and sun. The bull dies in the shade because that's where the most expensive tickets are. It's true. It's just the way it is. Hemingway was a huge bullfighting fan. So was Orson Welles, and Orson Welles is buried not far from Ronda on a friend's ranch. So they have the parade, and everybody comes in on time. If you come in late, then you have to wait for the next fight. And the bullfight is divided into 6 fights. Very, very hard. It's usually a concrete bench you're sitting on. And they're usually very well dressed, the Spaniards anyways. They have their fancy hats on, and smoke cigars, they sell ham sandwiches in the stands and beers, so they smoke stogies, all dressed up, eat ham sandwiches and drink beers while they watch the bullfights. And then after the parade stops, there's a section for the band, and there's also a governor of the bull ring. And so this ring here has a royal box in case the king and queen decide to come. So the bull ring dates in Ronda to 1785, just before the new bridge. It was designed by this Romero family. The first one they use is pink and yellow. It's long, and they use it. The rustling motion attracts the bull's eye, coax them. And so if he doesn't die, then they have to try again. And if it doesn't, they don't have success with it. They were both going to march in two different hermandades, or the different organizations, the different brotherhoods. They were marching in one the other night, and then another one last night.
We've been climbing about 20 minutes, very high. And up here, there's a Roman road. The Romans went to Ronda and built a road to get there. A piece of it coming up, yeah, right there. That was part of the Roman road. We're at 3,000 feet from sea level.
Ronda's probably about
in a little less than half an hour.
200 or 300 feet above sea level.
Yeah, look at that.
There's a pond and a helicopter pad for fighting fires up here, if need be.
That's on the hillside. Can you imagine living that isolated? Wonderful. We just passed a sign for Marble Aguilar. That means the Eagles marble.
Some new housing in Ronda. And there's some old housing.